Hey, Leo, Mel, intuitive coach here, excited to bring in your November 2025 career and money reading. All right, let's open up your energy field and take a look at what the month ahead has in store for you. Bottom of the deck, easy does it. Slow and steady wins the race. This means that you are guided to go at your own pace. So you don't feel over exhausted here or burnt out. This is not a good time to rush. You are being guided to pay attention to the details. You have some really beautiful manifestations taking place, and the word that's coming to mind is simplicity. So you may be simplifying your life, even creating an environment where you're working smarter, not harder. And I keep getting the chariot energy, like going at your own pace, even though there's productivity, even though there's alignments taking place. And your first card out is actually the temperance. So this is beautiful because temperance is balance. And I see that there may have been uncertainty at times with the direction, but you're starting to get back into pace here. You're starting to get back into an energy of feeling like things are moving forward. Bottom of the deck, we have the Magician. Beautiful undercurrent here flowing through the month. So you are manifesting, and manifestation is actually one of your key cards for the month, the key themes here. So no surprise that you have the Magician peeking through here in your reading, because this is about you trusting your intuition and knowing that you have all of the tools that you need, Leo, to manifest the career that you want. You are being guided to share your personal superpowers with the world. You're highly talented, and many of you, your superpower lies within communication. The Magician is ruled by Mercury, and Mercury is all about communicating. Mercury is also highly energetic. So I feel like your momentum, your energy is starting to return, and your throat chakra may be activated in some capacity, meaning you may be guided to speak up, to share your voice, share your knowledge through teachings, through an online platform, through writing a book, through connecting and coaching and guiding others. Whatever it is that you are wanting to manifest or create, Leo, this is giving you the green light to go for it because your intuition is strong. Your spiritual connection right now is strong. So I love that coming through here. Now, manifesting, showing up as one of your key themes is reminding you again that you have all the tools that you need to increase your income. And many of you have been taking classes, or you've been keeping an open mindset here, a growth mindset, and opening yourself up to new ways of generating income, perhaps new income sources, and even new job opportunities if that is something you are leaning into. Good fortune is coming soon. There may even be an opportunity coming in where you can showcase your talent. So, for example, you may show up in an environment where you are doing what you do best and you get recognized, and someone says to you, or someone reaches out via email, or perhaps they come over to you and they compliment you on your skills, or they tell you, I really love this creation, or you are really good at, delivering the communication needed for me to understand it. Or it just feels like there's a pat on the back or some form of validation also that comes through here that also lets you know, like, this is where it's at. And you may be guided to connect or partner up with a new organization, a new company. You may even connect to new clients here. So I see the Two of Cups. Let me just see what's down here on the table. But I'm getting the Two of Cups vibe where there could be an important partnership that you are also manifesting or bringing in. And it could even be a partnership with a teacher, a coach, a mentor, maybe even a spiritual advisor, like a magician type energy who is guiding you or coaching you in some capacity in how to unlock financial freedom. Now we have the Tower coming through. Now the Tower in this deck is a bit different than the typical Tower in tarot because this is a powerful energy around, earning power, but also about building here, building a business, building a successful career. It is making sound decisions. Now, some of you could certainly work in the corporate world, but perhaps you're making a decision to venture off and come up with your own business ideas here. And if you work in the corporate world and there's been instability here, there's been shutdowns, or if there's been demotions, or there's been I'm getting restructuring of systems or even owners. Some of you may have had a property, or excuse me, a company that was bought out, or there's been a downsizing happen. I see that your position here is safe. Okay, I actually see that because you are equitable, or because you are someone that the company really needs in some capacity. I feel like your position is safe. That's what I'm getting here for you. But many of you may choose to move towards calmer waters, either by leaving a situation, if that is something you want to do. But it also could be that this month you get news that your position is safe or your position is clear. And it's like you're in the clear here instead of walking through the uncertainty or the fluff. Next, you have business. Business mindset, growth mindset here. Do not be intimidated to enter the world of business. Leo, you got this. You may even be a CEO or anything in the corporate world. So we see that connection here. You could be leveling up in some capacity. Maybe you are becoming your own boss. You could be moving into a role or a position that allows you more flexibility, allows you more freedom, allows you to showcase your talents. Right? You could be the creative voice, the creative spark behind some of the company's ideas. There's this ingenuity about you that is being highlighted this month. And don't be intimidated to speak up. Don't be intimidated to use your powerful, magical abilities here to share them with others, because it's your ideas, it's your authenticity that is a game changer. That's what I'm feeling for you. Elevate your awareness. Think bigger if you want different results. This is a big month ahead, especially with that magician vibe here. And you have another major arcana, three of them actually. Wow. So this is a turning point month for you career-wise, financially, and with your money. So let's dive in and take a look at your current financial energy. Where do you stand currently? You have temperance showing up. You are creating a balanced lifestyle here. You want cooperation and peace in the workspace and the workplace. You are trying to avoid rifts, avoid the ego. And again, the temperance is about moderation and self-control, because you may have gone through a period financially where you felt like things were out of control, maybe even out of your control. And you may have kind of reined in your finances, been overprotective in a way of, okay, I have to be cautious about my finances because things are unpredictable. We live in unprecedented times and I don't know what's going to happen. So I have to, secure things. I have to, hold them on lockdown. So there may have been some sort of mindset also, which we're going to look at mindset, that had caused you to feel like maybe the scales were tipped a little bit. But I see that things are starting to come back into balance here. There's more cooperation. And there's peace coming through here after just a bit of chaotic energy. You may have also had a big project going on, Leo, or something busy, like a lot of busyness as you are manifesting some dreams into your reality. But now things are starting to settle for you. You're starting to get in the swing of how perhaps a new routine or a new structure is showing up in your career. Let's look at the source of financial blockage. What's holding you back from financial abundance? Six of Cups, which is often connected to the past. It can even be that you have been in a career for so long that you may say, Mel, who am I without being in this career? I've been a nurse for 20 years, or I've been a teacher for 30 years. And I see that, sometimes we fear jumping into a new chapter, a new career, or building a business after have gone through or going through something for so many years. And that can cause a lot of fears to erupt. And I see here that what's happening though is there's a release here of perhaps the what ifs. There's a release of some emotional attachments, because oftentimes that Six of Cups comes with emotional past attachments that could be holding you back in some capacity. It could be holding you kind of like the golden handcuffs is what I call them, where you are tethered to or staying in a situation because of the benefits or because of whatever reason, right? Emotional ties is most often connected with this. You've been doing it for a while, but I feel like there's a childhood dream. There's a childhood dream that you are leaning into at this time. And that's part of what's resurfacing here for you. This is about renewed enthusiasm. It's about your life, your finances improving here, and you may even be connecting with an old dream of yours that you've put on the back burner, or even an old idea that you have put on the back burner, and you may be reinventing it through a new lens, through a new perspective than maybe you did 2 years ago. So something is coming back here, resurfacing, and Spirit is saying this time you are guided to go for it. Maybe the timing was off in the past, or maybe there were fears that were causing blockages, or there were emotional connections. Some of you children, all right, some of you, it's been that you've had to look after children, and maybe you haven't had as much time because that was a priority for you. And many of you may have children that are, in school, or maybe they are up and out of the home now. You could be like an empty nester. And I see that this is giving you a little more freedom to be able to focus on some of your spiritual, passionate, intuitive projects as well. Let's look at that money mindset. I say mindset is one of the most powerful things, our beliefs and our attitudes around money, because whether we believe we can or we can't, both are true. And I see that your belief around money is the Knight of Wands. So you may feel like money comes and goes, right? Out one end, in the other, but it feels like you want to take some sort of a risk. So your belief right now was saying, okay, I've been sitting in the temperance. I've been kind of keeping an eye on things. I've been balancing out my finances, but I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready to retire. I think I'm ready to start that business. I think I'm ready to, make a move, because the knights are action takers and the wands are connected to our spiritual capacity, our spiritual ability here to really tune in to our passions, our desires. And the wands element is also the willpower behind our creative endeavors. It's the spiritual force behind our career, behind our projects. So there's something here that you may be guided to maybe to purchase that could help you out in some way. Yeah, some of you could be purchasing maybe you're purchasing a business, quite literally, but you could also be purchasing some business tools that could help you in the next chapter. I'm getting the next era of your life, Leo. So you could be, maybe you're purchasing new equipment. This could be computer equipment or electronic equipment here. It could even be you are looking at, maybe you're looking at a retail space, or you want to start up your own dog biscuit, baking, and you are buying the materials to be able to cook that recipe up, right? I feel like you are investing here in something that you feel quite passionate about. Now, you may also be investing in a course. I'm getting this course could be a bit spendy, or it could be something that, you have questions, but it's actually going to be worth it. You will be able to get back not only what you've put into it, but a lot more in return. So if you've been contemplating, should I purchase this? It's kind of expensive, but if it is connected to your growth, if it is connected to, that business mindset of yours, many of you can use this either as a write-off, or it will certainly be something that manifests tenfold for you in the future. All right, let's look at the opportunities for income growth. You have the moon here. So the moon shows up. Where can you make or increase money? Check in with your intuition. Your intuition is telling you through those ideas, through those curiosities, through those passion projects, that's where you can make money here. Now also, you have here, you have some illusions through fears that could be showing up, holding you back, but I feel like you are bursting through that energy. You're saying, okay, I now know that this is a fear based on A, B, or C, you name it. We all have certain fears. And I see that your intuition is onto something here. And many of you have the gift of creating like an app or creating some sort of authentic good or service or product that you really could sell. You really could sell. And you may need to hear this, Leo. You have a gift here. You are very talented. Stay consistent, because that's how talent increases. We stay consistent here. I'm getting that 8 of Pentacles energy, mastering your craft by taking a small step towards whatever it is that is pulling you with that moon. Trust your instincts here and let the fears dissolve, right? Let the fears dissolve, because what is the unexpected financial influence? You have the Fool. You have the Fool here. The Fool is about a new job, right? I see that you are being guided to spend wisely, right? You don't want to be foolish here and spend recklessly on something you're never going to use. So that's why I feel like discernment is coming in here. So if you have a goal, if you have a vision and you want to purchase something that is aligned to that vision, awesome. Go for it. This is giving you the green light that yes, it's going to pay off. But if you are thinking about purchasing something, but at the same time, you're like, I don't know if I'm really going to use that. I don't even know if I like it. Is this just a fear-based energy saying I have to go in this direction because A, B, or C told me I needed to? So just use discernment here. But I do see that there is a new opportunity coming in for you to really align with your integrity. This is a fresh start, and Spirit is guiding you to think outside the box, because the Fool is curiosity. The Fool is the potential, the soul self. And many of you are on this path. I mean, we all are on this path of self-discovery, and you may even be guided to travel, to relocate, to open up a wellness center, an Airbnb. This can be anything that your heart fancies, that your heart desires at this time. So take small steps towards it. You don't have to, immediately rush into anything huge, but, having a plan and then taking small action steps towards what this is that you are creating is going to be the best bet. That's why you have Easy Does It at the bottom of the deck. This is at your pace, but you don't want it to be procrastination. There's a difference between taking small baby steps towards your goals versus procrastinating and not doing anything at all. And another message that I'm getting here for you with Easy Does It is don't rush through the steps. Don't rush through learning just to get something done. Okay, I'm getting when we rush, we oftentimes miss out on very vital information. And Spirit is saying, do things right. If you want to build a business, don't skip around things. Create a checklist, create a plan, whatever it is that you need to do to help you feel organized. Because I see that you're going big here. There's a big energy here, but you want to make sure you have kind of all the pieces together here and continue actioning it up. And I'm seeing habits. I'm actually being shown the book Atomic Habits. I think James Clear is the author, where one small habit, 1% here of this energy is making big, big changes. So it could even be that you start, 30 minutes of doing something each day that contributes to a long-term goal. That is going to add up to big results. So I'm getting that message here for you. So let's take a look at additional action steps here. You have the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords here is releasing the fear of judgment or dishonesty, disloyalty here in some capacity. The Ten of Swords is recovery. And I feel like the worst is behind you, quite literally, with the 10 swords in the back. The worst is behind you. So for those of you that have gone through, trialing or, troubling times, I see that, you are entering into a new era that feels much more in your control, where you are in the driver's seat of your own life. And that has been a common theme that has been coming up lately, where many of us are finally starting to feel more clear about, our alignments, our integrity, our morals, our beliefs, and we're starting to take action steps that align with that energy. Action step: fall in love with the journey. There is so much magic, look at the word magic again, in your life's timeline. You have come so far already. Be patient, right? Patience with the Temperance. Magical things are coming your way. What is the feeling you will feel when you reach your dream? Feel this feeling now. I want you to sit with this for a moment, Leo. How does it feel waking up in the morning and you're living your dream career, or you're living in your dream space financially? Place your hand on your heart, close your eyes and smile. Then say, I love this moment. It is mine. Write down how you imagine yourself feeling when your dreams come true. I am right where I need to be. Life is unfolding for me perfectly. I feel blank. How do you feel? Drop it in the comment section. I feel safe. I feel protected. I feel abundant. I feel spiritually satisfied. Whatever it is, right? I feel. Put it down in the comment section below. All right, so release. The biggest thing that you can do right now, action-wise, is make sure that you are not letting the mind, because the Ten of Swords is the mind. Don't let the mind hold you back here or keep you in a state of fear, a state of denial, or a state of feeling like you have no options, because the 10 is actually completion. The 10 tells me that there's a brand new beginning here, leaning into the 1, which is the Magician. Beautiful energy. Now, your outcome is the 6 of Swords. Leo, when the 6 of Swords shows up, this is about a work situation improving, your finances improving. This is about you moving into calmer waters. This is cooperation here. So if you felt like there hasn't been a lot of cooperation, if you've come out of the 5 of Swords, which can even be people taking advantage of you, it can be a win at all cost mentality. It can be a battle of the ego. It can be a really mental struggling type of energy. But that 10 of Swords with the 6 of Swords tells me you're moving on from perhaps an experience where someone has let you down. Someone has maybe stabbed you in the back or fed you lies with that Moon energy here. And you're saying, why am I still hanging on to this hope? It is time to move on. What I mean by that is hanging on to the hope that that situation would work out in a way that you had expected. So basically it's letting go of expectations. You have a new sense of hope here. This is a new sense of hope, or a new direction of hope. Let's put it that way, where this is curiosity and the Six of Swords is trust and it's healing. It's a new journey ahead instead of staying caught in the resistance of that Ten of Swords. So I like this for you. Let's take a look at the wisdom of the Oracle. What is the message here for you, Leo, regarding career, business, finance, money? What do we have for Leo, please? All right, we have chaos and conflict coming through here. Number 33. Yeah, it feels like the dust is starting to settle from something that has been a bit challenging for you. And this could even be some sort of drama that was affecting you. Even though I don't see the drama here, it feels like you have gone through that phase, that period, even within others, within the mind. 3 is number 6. It breaks down to 6, which is the Lover. So making choices that are aligned with the heart instead of letting fear take over your choices. This could be being at a cross purpose. It's the tension of opposites. It's the value of chaos before order. So I'm going to repeat that. The value of chaos, because there's value in chaos. We don't always see it that way, but there is. And then we see the Six of Swords, which is the order. And the message for you, Leo, is this. Circumstances may appear at times to be chaotic, but everything that is happening now is in truth shaking things up so that you can find the real path to your prosperity. Yes, things can feel stormy, right? It feels as if there are opposing views wherever you turn, or opposing forces. Be reassured that there is divine purpose in this chaos. Everything that doesn't work is being taken from you, so the truest parts of yourself remain. The events occurring now are essential for the ultimate prosperity. This chaos is divinely inspired. Even though it doesn't always feel that way, especially when you're in that 10 of Swords, you have that Fool following up here. In time, you will know this to be true. This is an advantageous moment to restore order and recognize the opportunity for negotiation. Even in the seeming chaos, there is a kind of divine order, a complete resorting of elements. This is powerful. If your intention is to find the best solution for the highest good of all, there is positive news. The timing is perfect, right? Don't be afraid to, jump into the mix here, as in advocating for yourself if need be, or jump into going with the flow instead of resistance here. You'll discover everything you need to know about how the situation affects you long term. Be present in the eye of chaos. This moment is valuable, Leo. Don't waste it. Don't waste it. Something that I feel is human nature is when we are in the midst of chaos, we immediately want out of it, right? Because we don't like to feel uncomfortable. We don't like there to be chaos. I know I don't, especially being a Libra, right? We want harmony. We want peace. But there is some sort of chaos here that is very, very valuable, especially for you, Leo, especially at this time in your career, this juncture. And I see with Temperance here coming through, you are working on creating that balanced lifestyle that's not only good for your career, your finances, but for your body, for your mind, for your spirit. So anything, again, that is being eliminated from your life, that is being shaken up or taken away with that 10 of Swords, allow it. Because the Fool is sprouting new seeds. The Fool is returning you to source energy. The Fool is the completion, if you will. It is the zero. And I see that you are discovering so much about yourself through this process. So much of what you want, what you don't want, what you enjoy, what you don't enjoy. And you are also reinventing your relationship with money. And you are realizing money is an ebb and flow. It is an energy exchange. So any beliefs that were tethered to you in some capacity that were limiting you, you're choosing to consciously interrupt. All right, lastly here, let's take a look at the messages from your spirit animal guide. So if you can safely do so, please close your eyes, Leo. Take a nice deep breath in from your solar plexus chakra, your belly area. Nice big inhale through the nose. Hold it for the count of 3, 2, 1, and release through the mouth with a nice deep sigh. And with your eyes still closed, tune into your third eye chakra, the area between your eyebrows and your forehead region. And I want you, Leo, to imagine the first animal or animals that show up in your mind's eye. Now, this could be an animal that flies high in the sky or swims deep in the sea. Your animal could be wild, magical, mystical, or even domesticated. This could be a pet that's crossed over the rainbow bridge, one that's visited through your dreams or your meditations, or even has crossed your path recently in the great outdoors. And if you need a moment, just pause the video and come back when you are ready. And for those of you that would like to be entered into the free monthly reading giveaway, all you need to do is drop your power animals in the comment section below. I will enter you into the free reading giveaway where I draw one winner around the first of the month and post right back here on the community tab. All right, Leo, let's dive in and take a look at your spirit animals. We have here the kiwi bird. Now, I think it was Cancer also received the kiwi. So some of you could be Cancerian cuspers, or you may even have strong Cancer placements in your chart. But this is about psychic attunement and awareness. I feel like you are becoming more aware of what your intuition is alerting you to, and you are cutting through illusions. It's like you are seeing through the fog here. And kiwi is also bringing in that psychic ability. The magician is highly spiritual. So I feel like you are trusting your intuition and you are, again, manifesting quite quickly. So keep your eye on what it is that you want to grow, right? Energy goes where attention flows. So I want you to keep that in mind. And you have the kiwi here. Next, you have the macaque. This is matriarchal energy, hierarchy, cordial. I see that you may be dealing with higher ups in some capacity here, or people who you don't always directly connect to, but it kind of ripples down and you may be affected by this hierarchy in some way. But I see that you're trying to be cordial, you're trying to connect, there's collaborative efforts here. And I also see that there's fertility, there's community and fertility. As you can see, the young are nursing here. So it feels like there's like an empress type of energy, like a mothering, like nurturing here what it is that you need right now, and giving yourself that self-care and that attention that may be calling out to you. All right, we have the porcupine. I've never seen a white porcupine before. Quite beautiful, but this is storytelling. And I mentioned that earlier. The magician, he is a storyteller, a great one. And this is also ancestral wisdom and quiet ferocity here. So you are brave, you are fierce. And the white of the porcupine tells me that there is a fresh, clean slate coming through here for you. Now, porcupines, they're actually quite beautiful creatures, and they don't often, they don't just loosely bring out their quills unless they feel threatened or attacked, but typically they'll give you a warning sign first. I don't know if you knew that about porcupines. They'll give you some sort of warning sign. I don't know if it's through like a stomp or through a noise before, because they don't want to shoot out those quills unless they absolutely have to. And I see that you are using discernment here by boundaries, okay? Because porcupines are bringing in boundaries, but also that wisdom here. You've learned a lot about who you can and cannot trust, but one person that you can trust and that you can always count on, Leo, is yourself. Is yourself, even though you've second guessed and even though at times you felt like your intuition, like, what was that? Like, I thought that I was intuitively being guided, but sometimes our intuition, and this is important, sometimes our intuition leads us into chaos and conflict because it is part of our evolution. And you may find that difficult to comprehend at times, but there's been a handful of times that, I knew it's like my intuition was actually fighting my intellect, where I was like, wait a second, I know that I have to go in this, but I don't want to go in this because I know that there's going to be some challenging lessons to learn. But at the same time, you must go through some of these growth spurts, these growth opportunities, because that's how we evolve. And I see here that, you have this newfound wisdom that you're taking with you into this next chapter. And many of you are teachers, guides, coaches, mentors, and you may be sharing your gifts with others. And lastly, Leo, we have the chameleon. We have the gift of clairvoyance. Many of you are clairvoyant, or you have the gift of adaptability, meaning you are going to adapt to change, because change is the only constant in our lives. Change is what is always going to show up. Nothing stays the same, but change is the only constant. And I see that some of you may have tried to camouflage yourself into an environment where you're meant to stand out. You're meant to shine your light. So you can adapt to a new situation instead of feeling like you are kind of in the back end of things, and your visions are becoming more vivid. Your visions are becoming more real, more alive. You're starting to see that your intuitive eye, right? Your third eye vision, you're starting to see with your eyes open. And it means that your inner and your outer worlds are really starting to align here, especially with manifesting. We have the magician, we have magic showing up. So this is a very spiritual energy of you coming into alignment and feeling more at peace, right? Feeling more at peace, feeling calmer waters, feeling more balanced and more harmonized when it comes to your career and finances. That is what I have for you, Leo. If you enjoyed the reading, or if you have a Leo friend with any Leo placements, please send this to them. If you are interested in entering into that free reading giveaway, do drop your power animals in the comment section below. And if you would like a personal reading or to enter into the free monthly giveaway or even the monthly newsletter, you can find all of that information in the description box below or by visiting intuitivesoulcoach.com. Thank you so much, Leo.